in foreign states. This is why I'm getting treated the way I'm getting treated. Until I repatriate. I gotta repatriate, not expatriate, not naturalize, none of that, God. I gotta repatriate back to my people, which is my state. I gotta repatriate back to my state. This is why I know what you already saying. What? Man, I'm gonna leave you in the state in which I found you. If you don't start, another way I can prove it. Moorish Science Temple America, it started off as what? A civic what? Organization. Yep. Look up any civics class. They're not talking about no religion. Civics is about government, state, countries. This is what civics is about. It's not about religion. Civics not about religion. Real simple. It started off in civics. He then did what? He said. I'm going to show you what he did. He said. He said, I took what I bought you, which is a state, and he said, I enshrouded it in religion. So that means he wrapped religion all around the state to protect it so the Europeans come molest what he bought you, which is this state right here. Your own state. For him to bring your nationality back to you as a nation of people, God already created us as a nation of people. We already a state by being that nation of people.
Exactly.
But we lost our nationality, which means we lost our nation, which means we lost our statehood. So he brought us our statehood, our nation, and our nationality back. And enshrouded it in the religion. He's saying it himself out of his own mouth. This ain't nothing I'm making up. Prophet didn't say that the Moorish Science Temple of America is our government. He didn't say that.
No, he didn't.
See, somebody back then throwing the people off. They throwing them off. And they not paying attention to what he said. So they inspect them. Knowing that, guess what? We'll never get our recognition in the world long as we keep demonstrating just temple. We got to demonstrate temple. And we got to demonstrate state. Real simple. One side is what? Dealing with the spirit. The other side, the state, is dealing with what? The flesh.
Yup.
Yahshua said, Jesus said, he said, Father, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. This is why church and state got to stay separate. I don't care. You can be, man, you can be the most lawful person in the world. You can honor God's law to the world. Don't want to do nothing wrong. But guess what? And that's dealing with your spirit and your heart. This is how you feel. But let them babies get hungry and you ain't got no money and no way to feed them. Will you steal to feed them babies?
Yeah, you ain't got no choice.
You ain't got no choice. That's right. The spirit, you gonna cast that aside. I gotta do what I gotta do. Then you back on the flesh side. You see what I'm saying? You can't, in certain circumstances that the society itself is creating to cause certain circumstances on us as a people that's forcing us to do things outside our spiritual self. Okay? So this is why the two must be separated, because guess what? Some of us gonna get outside our body. And when we get outside our body, the grand sheik ain't gonna go out there and tell them young boys, man, stop selling dope out here. I seen you sell some dope to that pregnant woman. They not gonna do it.
No.
Yeah, because them young boys gonna put them dupes on. But guess who can handle that? The state can handle that when it's send what? Your police in. So if you got your own police now, guess what? The European police ain't killing your babies in the street no more.
No.
All that comes from state. All that comes from state. Decide to deal with flesh, which is the state. You feel me? This is what Moors is doing right now. This is the scale. The scale unbalanced. Why? Because they put everything on the Moorish side, simple side. You got to balance the scale out. Balance it out. The way we balance it out is this national, this divine. Divine and national movement.
Right.
Both need to be moving. Both of them need to be moving.
Exactly.
The mission need to be out there propagating the faith of the prophet, which is going to drive the people into the temple. And when the people come into the temple, they're going to learn what? About their nationality, their divine creed, and their birthrights. So when they leave out the temple, they gonna come back in the world, not as no African American, but what? A Moorish, a Moor. Man, I'm a Moorish American. Right? Prophet said what? Stay out of the European courts. Right?
Yep.
What do you mean by that? He mean you gotta have your own court. He ain't saying, he already know every Moor ain't gonna stay on their square. He know that. So he's not saying you shouldn't be getting in trouble. That's not what he's saying. Even though you should be getting in trouble, but that's not what he's saying. That's not even logical to think that ain't none of us gonna ever do nothing wrong. That ain't, come on, that's not common sense. That's nonsense to even believe that. So stay out of the European courts mean you gotta have your own courts. How do you have your own courts? You gotta be a nation. You gotta be a state. You gotta have a government that has what? Their own court, their own police, their own laws. So the prophet saying you're gonna be made aware of additional laws later. People have more science. I don't know what they think these additional laws they're gonna be made aware of later is. The additional laws you're gonna be made aware of later is your state constitution of your people. And the laws that we as a nation of people start passing. These additional laws you're gonna be made aware of later. Okay? I tell you, man. So this is what I know for a fact. All the people that have come here to me, all the people that have went on the internet, printed their oath of allegiance out, sent it in, proclaimed their nationality and the government in which they live in, and the nations of the earth. And I let the United States government know that they part of this state now. When the police stop them, they tell them to have a nice day. Because it's coming up in their computer system that you are American national now. You're not still this 14th Amendment. If these people, when they run your name, if it don't come up to leave you alone, you don't have your nationality.
No.
Now I'm gonna keep it real. I'm letting everybody out there, y'all hear me. If them people run your name and they don't say, have a nice day, sir, you don't have your nationality.
I done seen it happen. I done seen it happen. You are rightfully truthful about what you're saying there because I done seen it.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna tell you something. They had a big thing in the news about the little brother down in St. Louis getting shot and killed with his fez on. And everybody talked all this mess. But you know what they failed to realize? Even though he had his fez on, even though he's going more signs from America, Shorty was still a 14th Amendment citizen. That's why it ain't no big thing. They didn't make no big thing out of it. People in other countries was talking about it. But when it get down to the logistics of it, Shorty ain't no Moorish national. He's not an American national. He's not a Moorish American.
Yeah.
You gotta belong to a state. That flag attaches you to a landmass. It attaches you to a landmass. On the international level, countries are called states. Within this country, Illinois, Missouri, Texas, California, these are states domestically. And those states cannot enter into treaty agreements or alliances outside the country. We are a state like Mexico, Brazil. That's the type of state we part of. Which is called North America. And we're the true American people. Which is known as an American national. Not a U.S. national, an American national. You got allegiance to your state first. These people here got allegiance, these 14 men, they got allegiance to the United States first. They don't have allegiance to our people, to our flag first. They be ready to fight us. With the United States. Ready to fight us. About what we trying to tell them. Dude, this your state here. Come on.
They don't understand.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got today. That's all I got.